For decades, the village of Felinfach, between Lampeter and Aeron, has been synonymous with the processing of dairy products. Then, a little over 2 years ago, the area was hit by two massive blows within a 10-month period. First came the closure of the Dairy Gold cheese packaging factory, followed by the loss of the Aeron Valley Cheese production plant. In all, over 160 jobs were lost, but now comes the announcement that the former Aeron Valley site has been sold to a local company. News that's delighted the Aeron Valley Task Force, Gweithgor Dyffryn Aeron.
Well, Gweithgor was formed to respond, to find a positive response to the fact that factory closures in an area such as this can be very far-reaching. So rather than just make a noise and hope that somebody would help us, we decided to start to put ideas together ourselves and then to push the agenda. There is quite a bit of luck from our point of view that a local company has the means to invest and more than that, has the guts to invest, to be honest. But we've supported that wholeheartedly. And really the balance is that we have a partnership here between the local company who does the hard venturing itself and the Gweithgor then, who have the ideas and have begun to develop links with local producers who can use the site.
What prompted it all to start with, obviously the site closing and in turn us losing quite a bit of our haulage work, if you like, because we did all the haulage of the cheese out from this site. So that closed down, lost quite a bit of our work on top of what we'd already lost the year before from the other Dairy Gold site just down the road. So just thought it might be, well, worth looking into the possibility of buying it and renting it out as, at the time, any sort of units. But it looks as though, at the moment, the smaller the better by the looks of it. It was quite a gamble, a hell of a gamble, to be honest with you. But we could turn around in 4 or 5 years' time and see somebody else here doing exactly what we are trying to do now and thinking, well, why on earth didn't I do that at the time? So we decided to take the gamble, if you like, then. Being a transport company, we rely on manufacturing for goods to move. And, if there's any further decline in this part of the world, well, I can't see much future in transport in this part of the world, then, if you know what I'm saying. So it's another string, something else to fall upon, isn't it?
As well as the factory buildings, the sale included the former head office of Aeron Valley Cheese, and so office accommodation is also being offered to local businesses. Specialist cold storage is also on offer, although it's not just jobs in food production that the task force is hoping will be created.
New jobs are coming, and that's a great thing. We just want jobs for the area, especially in our current economic climate. New jobs is always a good thing. I think with agriculture the link is always going to be there because of our location, but as well there are other businesses outside the agriculture industry and the food industry that are interested and that are going to be moving into the factory within a few days.
Initially, on first talking to the previous owners, there was no milk to come on site for any reason whatsoever. Nothing to come down the hill off the main road at all. No milk on site. Obviously, well, that was, as far as we were concerned, that was a non-starter from the start. Not that we had any plans at the time, admittedly, but, it was a heck of a restriction. So they gave in gently along the line. They switched it to no dairy production, I think it was, first of all, which we still didn't agree with. Then they switched to no cheese production, I think it was. And in the end, we got it down to no cheddar production, which is about the only cheese manufactured in this country on a big scale. And anybody knows, that cheese will never be manufactured in this part of the world on that scale anymore. It's just not going to happen, well, the way I see things. So, no, a little bit more flexible than it was at the start, but still there is a bit of a restriction there.
They're a generation now who've said, this is where I want to live, this is where I want to make my future, and the future of the community is all important to them. So using that potential and using whatever ideas, and they're very open to ideas, whatever ideas they come up with, that looks to link environmental sustainability with economic sustainability, job creation, sustainable job creation, and underpinning all that is the sustainability of the community in cultural and linguistic terms.
Staying with the dairy industry, and the troubled milk cooperative Dairy Farmers of Britain has called in the receivers. The formal announcement came following a meeting between the company's directors and bank representatives on Tuesday the 2nd of June. PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP were then formally appointed receivers on Wednesday the 3rd. Dairy Farmers of Britain is one of the UK's largest milk cooperatives, with some 1,800 dairy farming members who supply over 1 billion litres to the food and drink industry, comprising some 10% of UK milk production. Fermio will be looking at the collapse of Dairy Farmers of Britain in greater detail on Monday the 15th of June on S4C at 8:25. The junior DEFRA minister, Jane Kennedy, has left the government, the latest minister to leave in the last few days. The former Food and Farming Minister quit as she was unable to give assurances that she supported Gordon Brown. The news comes as a blow to the farming industry, after Ms Kennedy was praised by industry leaders in recent months for her hard work in tackling the problems facing farmers. Finally this week, fears that the recession would lead to a drop in livestock numbers at next month's Royal Welsh Show have been swept aside by record entries for sheep and pigs and for several breeds in the horse section. Totalling 7,583, they're the highest since 2005 and are nearly 900 up on last year, when numbers were depleted by blue tongue restrictions. The 4-day Royal Welsh Show takes place at Llanelwydd, Builth Wells, from Monday, July the 20th to Thursday, July the 23rd.